based on not a format, not a T20 test or an ODI player, based on overall cricketer. How would you rate the big four now that Joe Root has a 200 now recently? So Kohli, Smith, Kane, Root. How would you rate them? 1 to 4.
Well, Joe Root's fourth.
Okay.
Okay.
So okay, so
Yeah,
he's fourth. Look, I mean, it's such a difficult question. I'm a massive Virat Kohli fan, and I say that for a couple of reasons. Because I did the very first IPL, and I've done every IPL since. And from a young age, I've seen him mature. I've seen him evolve as a captain and a player. And to this day, every time I see Virat Kohli, he will walk up. He will say, "Simon, how you doing? Nice to see you." Blah blah blah. He's a humble guy in a situation where he doesn't have to be humble. Like, he is idolized, not only in India but around the world. And he could be a recluse. He could be a tough guy to deal with. He could be difficult. But I've never once encountered that from Virat. And that to me is the sort of the crux of the guy. So he and Kane in that realm are very, very similar. And I think that's kind of why they get on. And it's probably why they talk. And there were some great images in that New Zealand-India series of those two sitting on the boundary. Just
as substitutes.
Yeah, as substitutes, but just sitting on the boundary chatting and thinking, where does that happen? Where else does that happen? Where two of the greats of our game can sit on their backsides on the sideline of a game and just chat away from any camera, away from any microphone, any media. So look, they're 1 and 2, and don't make me choose, because they're 1 and 2, and Steve Smith's 3, and Joe Root's 4. And the reason Steve Smith is 3, I know his record and his average will say it's better, but he has that whole thing hanging over him. For mine, he has that hanging over him, and he was a big part of it. He was a massive part of it, along with David Warner, and they hung Cameron Bancroft out to dry. And the whole Australian team knew about that situation. And to me, the biggest crime was that the bowlers didn't front up. So Stark, who picked up however many wickets he did in that time with a ball that was reverse swinging, he knew, Hazelwood knew, Cummins knew, but not one of those guys stood up and said, we all knew about it. And so that was a pretty ordinary thing to do from mine, to hang a young kid out to dry. So that was a shame for me. So that's why he stays at 3.